Welcome to the second turn of Custer's Last Stand 150-year commemoration solitaire game. I'm going to do a quick recap of what happened in turn one. So Reno had eliminated one of the 6 villager disc. Then, I don't know that this has happened in exactly this order, but Lame White Man was activated, came on the board, charged. Reno lost a disc. When we checked, Yellow Nose, Indian leader, rolled a 1, so it does not appear in the battle. The 2 Moon was not able, too few discs, so when he activated, he could fire but not charge Custer. Custer then used one of his luck counters to do some dice manipulation and ended up not losing one of his discs. And then Yates moved to here, and Custer, when he moved to join Yates. Both of them are in a position to search for this stack for a possible forward token like this one that will let them cross the river. And at some point, Benteen moved here. And let's look at the tactical situation. So right now, it's going pretty good for the cavalry. It's usually decided within the first couple turns how the battle is going to swing. And because already Yellow Nose didn't appear, and the first turn ended before even Crazy Horse or Gaul had a chance to activate, that is definitely to the 7th Cavalry's advantage. One other thing that may be worth noting here is, had Benteen moved across the ford to this position, he would be able to charge into this space and join Reno. He won't necessarily be able to do that if they don't find the ford crossing. So there is a trade-off. However, Benteen is sitting on Reno Hill, which gives a defender's advantage for Indian attacks. So the only thing else before going on is, you probably, if you watch the other videos, I keep mispronouncing some things, and for that I apologize. I know it is cavalry, not Calvary. I know it is Custer, not custard. And now this one's a little tricky. I've read a number of books, and sometimes it's written as 2 Moon, and that's what I went with. But sometimes I'll say 2 Moons, and some of my sources, they have it spelled with an S. But at least one of the authors had said it was 2 Moon as in second moon, like a second moon of a month. So that's what I'm going with, but if I'll probably say 2 Moons from time to time with the as I continue with the videos. So for that I apologize. Well, let's go on and get started with this. Now I will randomize these counters. I don't remember, or these chip pools, I don't remember which one. Reno and Sitting Bull are both in here. So let's pull the first one, and it's Yates. Okay, so Yates will use his first cohesion point to search the ford, because he's next to it. So we reveal it's a dummy counter. Okay. If it had been a ford, he could then move, and we haven't discussed this yet, there is a special ability that the cavalry can use in the game, that if 2 or more, there's still restrictions, can't be more than 8 blue, but so in this case, if Yates had discovered the ford, he could do a joint movement and cross the Little Bighorn River to this space and bring Custer along with him. Now for firing purposes, Custer still has to wait until his leader chit is revealed, but it allows the cavalry to do more effective coordinated movement in the game. Okay, so, but alas, we only have a dummy counter for that attempt. Now, when Custer pulls up his leader Chet is revealed, he can also search for a ford here. And it may be that there's another dummy, and we don't know that there is even a ford here or here, but they're going to hope to find one so that they can cross the river and attack the village at one of those points. Okay, so Yates does not have anything he can fire at, so that's basically the end of Yates' turn. We're going to reveal the next one. I'll just grab this one down here. Okay, it's Benteen. Okay, so Benteen is going to likewise check this. Now, there's always a 50-50 chance one of these is the ford, but no, we revealed the dummy counter. So Benteen, that would, just to do the checking, it costs the 1 cohesion point, and then he's going to, well, Yates didn't have to, let's go back to Yates. Yates did not spend another one because he didn't move or fire. So Yates, yeah, that was all that Yates could do. So Benteen spends the 1 to check, and then we're going to spend a second 1 to do firing against lame white man again. We're not charging, we roll 5 dice. We have a 4 that's locked. We have a pair of 2s we want to break up. We have a 1 and 3 that don't make any difference. Benteen will roll again, trying to get those pairs of 5s and 6s. We have another 4 that's locked. 1, 2, 3. This is not good rolling, Benteen. Okay, we'll go one more time. And he is going to have to take an exhaustion check. And we got another 4 and a 5. There's only a 1 in 6 chance of him picking up. And I don't want to risk rolling double. Well, I could do this and okay, we'll do it. Again, I don't know that that's the best strategy, but we'll go all the way to the end here. Roll this 2, hoping to get a 5. We didn't. So Benteen now must roll a die, and if he gets a 1, he is not exhausted, but he is exhausted. So next turn he will do the regrouping action. That's the only thing he'll be able to do. And furthermore, even when it goes from a 2, 3 back up to 4, he'll have to roll again. It's not guaranteed that he will be that this cube will be removed if he fails his exhaustion check after regrouping and still being below that line. Okay, or to the left of that line. Okay, so that was Benteen. Now, interestingly, we've had 2 of the cavalry leaders come up. So if we get Custer and Reno as the next 2, none of the Indian leaders will even be able to activate. But Sitting Bull has now activated. So we're going to do the 1 die to see if Sitting Bull is at the battle. Again, on a die roll of 1, he is not. Sitting Bull is not at the battle. So we take these off. And we'll go ahead and remove this. From the cavalry perspective, this is great. We've got 2 Indian leaders that aren't even there. So again, we're going to reveal, okay, so 2 Moon. Now, he had been eliminated earlier. You don't have to go through all of the counters to remove them. It's just easier generally to just wait until they pull back up. So 2 Moons was already destroyed last time. Okay, now we have Lame White Man. Okay, so Lame White Man is already here, and he is going to, he didn't charge this turn, so he's not, even though he's in the same space, you get the 6th die for charging. So he's going to fire. First, we have to take Lame White Man and move this over. This lets him do the rolling of the dice. We got a 6, we got 2 5s, and then we've got a 3 and 2, and Lame White Man will push his luck to try and pick up another 6. And we've got a 4, We have a 5. That doesn't help us with a second pair. So lame white man will go one more time. Let's get that 6. A 4. Okay, that's locked. I can't roll anymore even if I wanted to for lame white man. So the pair of 5s eliminates this disc from Reno. Okay, now we're going to pull over another leader. This time it's Gaul. Okay, so Gaul has not had an opportunity to activate in the past. We're going to roll this die for Gaul. Get a 6. He is in the battle. And with a 6, he's going to start in space number 6 up here. Okay, so we have to see how many. No, I'm sorry. The 6 says that he's going to start with 5 discs added to his. So that's the maximum number that an Indian leader can start with. Now we roll a die to see which of these spaces he ends up in. And okay, it's a 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so by luck, he basically blocks Yates and Custer from immediately occupying that space. And there is a restriction that even if Yates and Custer were find the 4 to come across this, they can't fire at the village. They have to fight the nearest enemy, so they would have to engage with Gaul at this point. They can't just ignore Gaul and fire into the village. Okay, so Gaul is here, and the nearest space is, if you follow the bot rules, he has to fight against the closest. There's really, since he can go through here, it's really an equal distance. So I think it makes the most sense that he would cross the river and charge into Yates and Custer. So that's what we're going to do. You can always, if there's, like in any game, if there are some situations where the rules don't cover it 100%, I could have made a die roll and said 1, 2, 3, he'll attack here, 4, 5, 6, he'll attack here. But I think it makes the most sense that he would cross the river. And again, he doesn't have to worry about fords. So we're going to roll all of these, and he will fire against Yates. So I am rolling for, move this. Okay, so we got a 5 and a 5. And then we have some 3s. We're going to move another to re-roll all of these and break up those 3s. Okay, ooh, we got another pair of 5s, and then we got a 6 and 5. So this is kind of crazy, but let's just do Gaul one more time and then see if we roll a 6. Nope, we'll do one more. And the die falls on the floor. And it's a 1. We'll stop there. Okay, well, we still eliminate 2 of these. Now, Custer is in this space, but Custer cannot use his luck counters to help Yates. It's only people firing directly at Custer or Custer firing. So Yates is going to lose these 2 discs as a result of Gaul having ruled the combination. Now we reveal the next one. Okay, it's Custer. So the only cavalry unit that Reno is here. So Custer is going to roll against Gaul. He's in the same space. It's not a charge, however. So Custer will move to here. We roll a 5. We have a bunch of 2s. We're going to roll again. Okay, we got a 6 and a 5. Okay. Let's see, let's do one more. Let's just see what we get from naturally rolling, doing a reroll. Okay, we got a 5. Now, Custer's luck cannot be used to manipulate a 4. That's always locked. But Custer can, and just to demonstrate that, I will spend another one to manipulate this, not as a defensive, but I'm going to change this to any number I want. I'm going to change it to a 6. Now we have 2 pairs of Custard fired on Gaul. Gaul loses these 2 discs. And that's the way that works. Now Custard is down to a single luck counter at this point. Okay, now if Reno pulls, then the turn will end. If Crazy Horse pulls, then all the Indians will have activated. Crazy Horse has activated. Okay, so this is key. Now that Crazy Horse, and we still have to see whether Crazy Horse is in the battle. Let's go ahead and resolve that. Crazy Horse is not at the battle. Oh boy. This may be one of those rare times when the 7th Cavalry actually wins. So Crazy Horse not here. We'll remove Crazy Horse cube. Okay. So, but because all the Indians have now activated or are removed, we ignore, for turns 3, 4, like all the other turns, we're going to we'll flip all of the counters regardless. In other words, the turn cannot end early now that there are, for going forward, there won't be a situation where some of them have not. Hope that makes sense. Okay, so lastly, we're going to turn over Reno, and Reno is going to fire at Lame. No, actually, Reno will use 1 cohesion point, and he's going to search for the ford. Okay, so he reveals it. As I said, this one always has 1 of each. So the ford has been revealed, and they can now cross here. And then we'll use the second one to allow us to do the firing or moving. So Reno is going to fire and then probably flee back up to Reno Hill because he hasn't moved yet. So we're going to roll the 5 dice against Lame White Man, and we got a lot of 1s and a 3. So Reno will roll again. Okay, well, these 2 4s are locked. We have a 6 and a 5. Reno will roll. Oh, now that's locked. Okay. Well, now I could. These aren't locked. I could choose to roll a 5 or a 6, but I think at this point we are not going to do that. We're going to go ahead and do fleeing. And there's certain restrictions how that works, but basically because this ford has been fouled, Reno is going to move after having fired. He's going to go up to this hill where he has the defensive advantage against Lame White Man. And then we still have to resolve whether or not Reno is exhausted like Benteen is. So if we roll a 1 or 2, he will not be exhausted. We rolled a 2, Reno is not exhausted, so he will not have to do the regrouping action next turn. Okay, so we do cleanup. Basically that would just involve at this point turning these back over and mixing them in preparation for turn number 3. And that is where we sit, and it's looking pretty good for the 7th Cavalry. Thank you.